The question is for a description of calculus versus the AP Calculus AB, as well as looking at the grade requirements or what's required of a student moving from function statistics and trigonometry to calculus versus AP Calculus. The biggest difference between the course of AP Calculus AB and calculus is time. Because of the AP exam, the AP Calculus classes, as all AP classes, are put on a bit of a time crunch in trying to have the complete curriculum understood, learned, and students performing at a very high level by the first week of May. Within a calculus class, we have students performing at that level by June. That's kind of the first, easiest way to see a difference between the two courses. The other, because it's not being driven by a college board assessment, because it's driven by our own assessments, our own kind of view of calculus, we're going to begin with limits. We're going to work our way into derivatives and integrals, and we can then influence with applications that aren't as test driven. It provides us a little bit more time and flexibility just within the course in general that allows our students to experience calculus without necessarily trying to test out or push through a college type approach. The grade requirements are pretty simple. When we start to look at really a student from function statistics and trigonometry to make that move to AP coursework would want to be performing with a 90% or better as a final average. You'd want to be moving as an A student to make that jump to an AP course. Again, that recommendation is built on what we've seen with students being successful as they've made those jumps. Calculus has a lot more flexibility when it's not driven by the timeline, when it's not driven by the overall college influence on a course. It's really a matter of the student being successful in function statistics and trig, really desiring that they move on to a calculus class as opposed to taking that step of pre-calculus. But again, the grade requirement currently was listed for a student going from pre-calculus and discrete math to applications of calculus or calculus with a 70% or better. So that's where the program of studies had laid out that path, and that's really what we'd be working with. Again, because there's a little bit of a jump in content where that pre-calculus part, the building up of the limit and of a derivative isn't there, that's where the assignment with regards to calculus and the assignment for going from function statistics and trig to calculus would be trying to support students in bridging that gap.